What's going on, gamers? NoFriendo here. In this video, let's take a look at Yeah BeeBiss 2 for the Nintendo Switch. But before we get started into this review, guys, and you guys are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button with the bell turned on and give this video a thumbs up if you do like it. If not, give it a thumbs down. So Yeah BeeBiss 2 is the sequel to a game considered to be lost out in the nether realm. Lost in all media. And this guy right here, you guys might know him, the legendary retro gamer John Riggs. John Riggs actually helped develop and produce this game and get it out on the market for you guys to check it out. Now, what's really cool about this game, like I said, is that the first entry was actually never brought to fruition. We never got to see the game at all. It just showed up in magazines back in the late 80s and early 90s, and that was it. There was nothing to it, guys. So actually, John Riggs knew about this, and this is kind of a passion project for him because he wanted to bring this to market and share it with you guys so you retro-inspired game lovers out there can enjoy this game. And you know what? I am having a really good time playing this game because not only did John Riggs bring it, but also Mega Cat Studios is another developer, another producer of this game to bring it to current generation consoles. I believe it's on the Dreamcast and PC as well, so that is really cool. There is this really cool, interesting tidbit in the options here where you get to see a little bit about the development team, a little bit about John Riggs, and, you know, some of the guys who worked on this, did the box art, did the artwork overall, and helped produce some of the music. So really neat stuff here, guys. If you guys have been watching my channel for quite some time, you guys know that I love retro-inspired games because I am 43 years old and I grew up in the era of the 8-bit and the 16-bit era. So I love games like this. I love games that are coming back, whether it's a new coat of paint or just being brought to the market that never got a chance to shine, kind of like Star Fox 2. We never got to see that on the Super Nintendo, and lucky enough we got it on the SNES Mini, so that was really neat. So right here, as you can see on screen, is the box art that might come to market. I'm not sure if they're going to release it for Nintendo Switch. John Riggs did say in one of his videos, which I will leave a link down below, he did say they might make a physical copy for the Nintendo Switch, which would be really cool. Definitely something if you're a Nintendo Switch game card collector to get this one in your collection for sure. There are some really cool options in this game, as you can see here. Here's some of the music and like a quick little sound test. But that is really cool that they added that in there. Now, this game is currently available right now on the Nintendo eShop for $9.99. But John Riggs was kind enough to send it over to the channel so I could check it out for you guys and just tell you a little bit about my first impressions and do a quick review on it. But as you can see here, you can play as two separate characters. So you can play as Horan or Li Jing. These are the two characters that you can play, and it does have a two-player mode as well, so you can have both characters on screen at the same time. But this game is very interesting because this reminds me of the early days of the NES or the Sega Master System. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick a character, and you're going to want to clear the area. There's no scrolling in this game whatsoever, but however, you want to clear the area that you're in, so you have a time limit, you have a number of enemies on screen, you have a power gauge. And that's exactly what you want to do. You want to see how long you can last in this game. So with each character, you will get a different ability with this character. But see, as you can see on screen, once you defeat all the enemies before the time runs out, then you advance to the next stage. There is over 100 different stages in this and also boss fights. So keep that in mind. But this actually reminds me kind of somewhat of Bubble Bobble, the way that it's played. You have to clear off the area of the enemies, and then you can move forward. As the game goes on, you will get special abilities, special powers, more time. So those kinds of things will help. So like I was saying, there are 100 levels, but there are 10 unique stages in this game. So one thing I thought was really cool is the recycled retro soundtrack that you can hear is actually done in a chip tune format. So that's really neat. Something that you will definitely be familiar with, but it is done in chip tune. Now, the controls are very simple in this game. You do only use two buttons and the control stick to move around screen, but two buttons, you have your ability to take down the enemy and then a jump button. So you can jump up ladders, off ledges of roofs, so on and so forth, in order to get to the enemy to clear them off screen. Very reminiscent of the old NES and Sega Master System way to play games. So my final thoughts on this game is I like these kinds of games because I grew up in this era of game when it was really popular, you know, in the 8 and the 16-bit era. And I am very familiar with this type of gameplay, you know, where you're getting the highest score, defeating all the enemies on screen and moving on to the next and see how far you can get in the stages, you know. So I grew up in this era, and it's definitely mixes well with what type of games I like to play. It actually feels like an early release on the Nintendo Entertainment System, and especially when you look at the artwork here, it looks very early release NES game or Sega Master System game. Now, like I was saying, guys, this is available on the Nintendo eShop and other platforms. I believe it's available on maybe the PlayStation Store, PC, so that'd be Steam, and then I believe they made a physical version for the Sega Dreamcast. But if you were to pick it up on the Nintendo eShop, you're going to be paying $9.99, and, you know, I think that's a little bit high for the type of game it is, but I am willing to support John Riggs and these guys who developed the game because I think it's really cool that indie studios and John Riggs got together to create somewhat of a passion project. And John Riggs, I'm actually a fan of. I think he's a great, you know, authentic YouTuber that does really good quality content on YouTube. So thank you, John, so much for sending this into the channel so I could show my viewers and give them just a quick little review of your guys' game. So yes, guys, I do recommend this game. You know, it's definitely a fun, quick pick up and play arcadey style of game. You know, it's really fun and it's not going to break the bank really. And you know what? If you buy this game and you buy this off the Nintendo eShop or you buy this for the Sega Dreamcast or on Steam, whatever, you're helping support the retro gaming community and guys like John Riggs. And, you know, and these developers that put time and effort into this game. You know, we need to support these guys so we keep getting awesome games that we never saw the light of, you know, back in the 80s and 90s. And, you know, it just helps support the community to help create more games like this, and you know, I'm all about that. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys are new here and you guys like these kinds of videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button because it helps the channel out, helps the channel grow, and we will be talking about more games and a lot more video game content in the future. Also, guys, leave a comment down below if you enjoy retro-inspired games just like this, or you enjoy retro gaming, period. I'd love to talk to you about it down in the comments. What are some of the games that you enjoyed, you know, back when you were a kid, back in the 8-bit and the 16-bit, you know, era? Or maybe you're just enjoying them for the first times. What games, you know, do you enjoy today? I'd really love to talk to you about it because, you know what, to be honest with you guys, I love talking about gaming. So you can always get a response from me. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a great day. Bye.